Welcome everyone to today's episode of Living with Intention. My name is Kieran and today we're going to be talking about the importance of expressing emotions and the reason to do this, why it's so important to. Now, in society, we are so often influenced by the social norms, traditions, cultures, our parents, our friends, our teachers, all these people, all these external influences to us. And they often sort of set the parameters within which we operate, within which we see it fit to show up in. And if we're told that certain emotions aren't right in being expressed, that we shouldn't show anger or frustration, that we shouldn't cry, if we're told this, and it's made clear that people respond to you showing frustration with frustration itself, then that is something that we're probably not going to show again. If we're told we shouldn't cry, then we're probably not going to cry because the reaction it gets. So, if we don't express an emotion, what happens is it gets repressed. And if an emotion is repressed, it doesn't go away. It's not going anywhere. It's not being expressed where it leaves the body through, if it's a sadness, through tears. If it's joy, it's laughter. When it's repressed, it gains its own autonomy. It can start to show up in places in our lives or in an uncontrolled manner. And when that happens, we'll start to see it and feel it. Maybe it's frustration and you accidentally snap at someone. Or maybe you feel like you're getting emotional and tearing up and like crying at things that you wouldn't usually. And maybe that's a sign that you've got repressed emotion that you need to maybe explore or create a safe space for. Now, one of the people who I follow in this area who I found so beneficial to listen to is Peter Crone. And he talks about this, he created this analogy or used it, saying that our emotions, it's like a dinner party. Imagine having your emotions to a dinner party. What would be the first emotion on that list? It'd probably be, joy, happiness, fun, excitement. Maybe those would all be the ones that you'd be like, yeah, the first one to invite. Now, so many of us are going to say that we wouldn't want to invite the perceived negative emotions such as sadness, fear, frustration, anger, anxiety, stress. Like those emotions, we would say that we wouldn't want them there because we perceive them as negative because of the experiences we've had with them. But what that shows is that we are not accepting of those emotions. That we are not accepting of having them within us because as part of the human experience, each of these emotions is going to come up because they're human, because that's what happens. And we need to recognize that every single emotion is valid. And that is why we need to express the emotions we have, to find the spaces to do so. And even more so, when we express emotions, when we show that emotion, sometimes it can be the catalyst or the point that allows someone else to validate their expression of emotion. Because say, you might see someone crying about something sad that happened. Maybe that elicits a response within you of, wow, okay, I can release this as well. And I know that sounds, you may think that doesn't happen, but it definitely does when someone creates a space and holds a certain emotion, someone else can feel like that space is extended to them. So that is the importance. We live in a world currently where we may feel that we can't express our emotions in a way. We might not even know that we have repressed them necessarily. But that's why we need to take time and space. And if we can, obviously, it's not always possible for everyone, but take some time, take some space to sit with ourselves, to feel into our body, to feel where things sit. Maybe it's like an energy within you. Maybe you feel it's stagnant around, I know when I'm feeling emotional, when I feel like I have to cry, and that's something maybe I've repressed. Around here, I'll feel pressure. I'll feel pressure around here. And that's a physical sensation and sign to me. Okay, cool, you need to sit with something. There's something that's, that's affected you. Let's explore what that is. Let's have a little dig around. You might feel is sort of a stagnant sensation or weight in your chest or in the pit of your stomach. It can show up in so many ways, and it's so, and it's individual. But it's important that we are able to tune in and feel that within ourselves, to honor that space, and then to express and show up and show and express that emotion. And the more we do it, the more we can explore ourselves and our emotions, the less we're going to act from a state of repression, and we'll actually show up as a truer, I don't know why I did inverted commas there, because we will show up as a truer version of ourselves that's not being influenced by the unconscious, that's not being influenced by these emotions that we're not expressing. And we're actually just expressing the true way that we feel. And that's powerful in that, because, we don't want to walk around with these personas, these masks, covering up who we really are, how we really feel about things. And the more we can do that, the more we can show up as ourselves and get in touch with what that means to us. And just, connect with that. So, that's the importance, I believe, of sharing our emotions. And the other thing, actually, is that, for example, with stress, if we don't express stress and we don't release it from our bodies, it can have long-term impacts on our health. The expression of emotions must be there for a reason. And I truly believe that if you're repressing things like anger, frustration, sadness, grief, whatever it is, it can affect your health. And we really need to think about that and moving forward, and how we create these spaces together to allow people to share, to feel comfortable to do so, and recognize that all of these emotions are valid, all of them are justified. Just because there's a story saying, frustration is unhealthy, or frustration, anger, unhealthy, doesn't mean that they are. It just means that maybe the way that people have perceived them being expressed is not ideal. And actually there's healthier ways to express it, and when you express it in a healthy manner, it allows it to move through you in a beneficial way for everyone, including yourself. So and there are different ways to express yourself. Words are one form. You can speak to people, you can have conversations, you can talk to yourself, I guess, about it. You can meditate on it. You can journal, which is a really powerful technique. I've talked about it before, but just writing out everything. How something made you feel, why it felt like that. It helps just to shift it from your mind to paper, really powerful. You can dance, you can sing, you can shout, you can make art, you can move. You can do so many different things to express yourself, so don't feel limited by just talking. And that's what we need to start doing, is creating these spaces, having these spaces, and I'm looking forward to start creating a few of these myself. I've got my first men's circle coming up, and I'm really excited to share that and share that experience in the future. And we're already creating these meditations, community meditations as well, which is really beautiful, and I'm really grateful to be having. So look for these spaces around you, look for these people and these spaces that allow you to express yourself that bit more, that allow you to reflect in a safe space where you can really be encouraged to explore. So that is the importance of it. I mean, we need to just express these emotions. We need to feel our emotions, and we need to not be afraid to do that. But it can be challenging sometimes, so make sure that you are ready to step into that you're supported in that journey, that experience. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we need to take a step back and maybe just to be able to function without having to release everything. So it's just, it's a balance, it's a balancing act. Everyone's going to be doing it at different stages and different ways. But this is just a reminder that, all your emotions are valid, and we have to be able to express those in healthy ways. So that's the video. That's the video on emotions. I would love to know, as always, your experience of this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I really love I love talking about this. I love seeing what other people think. So that would be amazing. If you like the video, hit that like button. I'm gonna say it's down there. Hit it wherever it is. Hit that subscribe button. The like button might be there, subscribe. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. You know where they are. And I really am grateful for you watching this video, for being here. And just, if you want to actually ask any questions, send me a thing. This is going on too long. But Have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing what you have to say, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll see you all soon. Bye. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Living with Intention. Today's episode, one second, my name is Kieran, and today's episode is, it's all kicking off here. Let me